I figured it was a matter of time before actual lawyers got involved, and here they are.
When? That is the
Here
question
they
being asked
are.
today about Dokibird, formerly Celine
Doki,
Tatsuki of Nijisanji
Doki.
English, now terminated from that organization nearly 2 weeks ago. As now on the case is Legal Mindset, a
Now on the
Florida man
case.
lawyer looking at this
Oh,
particular
Florida
case
man.
piece by piece and drawing numerous conclusions. We'll be joined by Gator, aka the Gator Gamer, for VTuber expertise. Legal Mindset here giving his opinion on the contract termination being tweeted out.
Is inviting a legal nightmare as corporate counsel. Like, people know me from doing representing special districts as well. I did that when I was younger as a younger attorney in
That's pretty good.
Florida, representing Reedy Creek, which is why I covered the Disney issues.
Holy
But later
moly.
on, I was corporate counsel for a very large corporation.
Holy moly.
We would
That's
never
really good.
post a notice of contract termination publicly. This is insane.
Well, the thing is, like, contract termination, that's normal in VTubing, right? But if you're gonna announce a termination, you definitely should just say, hey, our talent is being terminated for this reason, this reason, this reason, and then just leave it at that. The issue is that they keep going. So, like, or should they do it? I think they should, because the talent is basically the brand, like the branding of the whole company is the talent. So if the talent gets fired, of course, the fan base, we want to know why, right? Is it legally safe to do so? No, but at the same time, when you're terminating somebody, 9 times out of 10, you're usually in the right. This is like one of the first times. Well, it's Nijisanji. Nijisanji is usually not right with their terminations to begin with. But usually whenever somebody terminates somebody else, right, in the company, usually the company has a legitimate reason of termination. These reasons for termination of Celine Tatsuki are just not in good faith. This is why it's legally like, yo, why would you say this out loud, right? Normally it's like, hey, they're being terminated because they leaked information. Okay, boom, we know it. We know why. Boom, there it is. Now the fan base can relax about it. But this is just a big ass can of worms, right? And it just kept getting worse and worse.
Right? This goes to her lawyer. This goes to her, right? That's about it.
Well, here's the kicker. It didn't even go to her. She did not find out that she was terminated until a friend of hers messaged her and said, hey, what's going on? I just got this thing about you getting terminated. And it just, I mean, imagine like finding out that you got fired from somebody messaging you.
And now further on the subject of Celine Tatsuki's contract and where that jurisdiction lies.
What they're saying here is, okay, we terminated Celine, and I am going to summarize, due to breaches of essentially their rules, right, of their policies.
Yes, but they don't really give any specific details. They only give one. They say numerous, but they only give one.
And that would amount to breach of contract. Now, that is something I'm generally familiar, because breach of contract is fairly international, right? The rules regarding a lot of other different types of law, criminal law, even certain types of civil law are different. But breach of contract is actually one of the things that's pretty international. And just so you guys know, because one of the big issues is venue. With breach of contract, typically you look at where the defendant's headquarters is, where their place of business is, and also if it's stipulated in the contract or stipulated anywhere else or wherever the work is primarily taking place, which clearly would be Japan. So for the breach of contract claim, the venue would definitely be Japan. But that does not preclude Celine/Dokibird from bringing other claims in Canada that are not available in Japan.
Next, we have the topic of potential defamation.
But even here, guys, what they've said is already pretty defamatory if it's not true. And there's some of this that even with what the facts that I've seen so far appears may not be true, right? So, and once again, guys, I know a lot of what's out there is like speculation, right, Gator?
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Certainly there's a ton of speculation out there. But it seems like if we talk about this line here, which I would be concerned with, infringement on third-party property rights. My understanding, Gator, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that she, in reality, did not violate anybody's copyright or IP laws. That
no, because the only issue with the music video is Nina Kosaka and Mr. Rios. They were in the end of the music video. These are talents that are no longer with the company. So big assumption, right? Because this is the only thing that adds up, because me, Chaotic, Masashi, like we in the chat when we do the streams, like we've all talked about it and we've came to the conclusion like that has to be the main reason. It has to be because Nijisanji holds the copyright to Nina and Mista. Nijisanji owns the copyright to Selene. Nijisanji owns the copyright to the music video. Selene went and got the copyright to do the video. The copyright was granted, so everything is in Nijisanji's hands. Them taking down the video for copyright reasons, what copyright are you infringing when it's your stuff? This is your copyright. No one's gonna threaten you to take down your own video. The only time that ever happens when there's a lack of communication. Like there's legitimate times where YouTube has copyrighted themselves on accident. Like YouTube will upload a community video and then YouTube will copyright claim that video on accident because I don't know, people are inept, I guess.
That she had permissions for everything that she did.
Right. She even reached out to the original author of the song that she used, Lily Pichu, and got her explicit permission and was actually working behind the scenes trying to get management to just kind of give the okay and reach out to these people. They didn't do it. So on her own behalf, she went and talked to these people and got the permission to use all of the assets, to use all of the art, to use the song.
Further now, we have a debunking of the doxing claim.
Factually, so the information they're talking is information that was exchanged between lawyers and to the company. There was no threat of doxing there. There was no threat of public exposure, right? There was no, as far as we know, right? I have not seen any proof of that at all whatsoever.
Yeah,
right?
There most likely is none, because I feel like if there was, like, this is just me personally speculating, right? That I'm not going to put words in legal mindset's mouth or anything like that, right? If there was actual legitimate proof, why wouldn't they put that in the termination letter? They say, oh yeah, it's privacy, blah, blah, blah. Everything that's come down to privacy, Nijisanji themselves, they are the ones that has let everybody know. Doki didn't want everybody to know. Doki sent it to their lawyers, her lawyers, and her family. That's it. Nijisanji are the ones that keep coming out and saying, oh, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened, look at this, blase, blase. It's literally them. It makes no sense. If they really had legitimate evidence, why wouldn't they give out the legitimate evidence to defend themselves? All they've been giving out is stuff that literally harms them. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
At all.
It just doesn't make sense.
If anything, I think probably Selin has more reason to be worried about doxing than the Nijisanji livers, like these three Nijisanji livers, because they clearly don't give a shit about personal information. They're just passing it around and not really caring who they give it to.
And now the question is, has Nijisanji self-reported?
If she has emails, text for years,
yes.
Like, yeah, and we'll see that come out if there's a case. Obviously, there's reasons why you don't just drop all the evidence in public. Nijisanji's actually fucking up by self-reporting, by self-snitching.
Yes.
Right? They should not be doing
Stop self-snitching. Bro, shout out to Bruce Rivers. He's the criminal lawyer. Stop self-snitching.
It's just like mind-boggling.
Because it gives her lawyer a chance to look over that and possibly come up with a defense for it.
Yes.
Exactly. Someone's lawyer can just build the case, right? Or lawyer.
And you know what's crazy, bro? I'm not a lawyer. Chaotic's not a lawyer, but we've all said this shit already. We've already said this, bro. Like, it's even if somebody that's never been to law school can figure this out. If a lawyer, a guy that's been to law school is telling everyone, bro, we call a spade a spade. Nijisanji, they're the ones that's making this a big issue, and they're the reason why they're probably going to go down. At least in Japan, they're safe. Nijisanji, JP, nothing's going to happen to them. But yeah, like Chaotic said, they're probably going to have a merger.
Because probably, I think she should have a Canadian lawyer and a Japanese lawyer. Selling Doki Bird, if you're listening,
you gotta have both. You gotta have both.
And further on, does Nijisanji have bad lawyers?
Jeff Balthazar says the thing that bothers me the most about this is the whole message doesn't feel like it was lawyer approved. It feels unrehearsed and unvetted. That black message was definitely lawyer reviewed. I just think that their lawyers are not that great.
They're probably
like
not.
the Disney lawyers.
The Disney lawyers suck. That's crazy, bro. Disney is like a legitimate billion-dollar industry, right? Like multi-billion, right? Because Nijisanji only got Riku Tasme, 2.5 billion. It's a lot of money, but Disney has way more than that. They have probably like 10 to 12 billion, right? Why can't they afford thousands, if not millions, for legitimately great lawyers? So if Disney Corporation, if they're skipping out on good lawyers, no shit, Nijisanji is skipping out on good lawyers, because good lawyers cost a lot of money. If you're a good lawyer, you're going to be paying for everything you're worth because you're that good.
Right. And I know this is something that
and they even stated on their own website that they're looking for a legal, a legal clerk, right? A legal clerk is not a lawyer, right? A legal clerk just processes the paperwork, the legal paperwork. But even then, that is an important job, because if you're processing legal paperwork and you put it in the wrong spot, what are you going to do when you need to find it one day, years later down the line? Like, oh yeah, we did process that. Well, where'd you put it? I don't know. Yet you have all these files and cabinets. Bro, you know how long it's going to take to try and find that shit? And then you might end up messing up more stuff trying to find it. There's a reason why lawyers and anything law related cost a lot of money, and you should invest in the ones that do cost a lot of money. Because if you don't, you'll end up fucked. And you a multi-billion-dollar company, and you fucked. Oh man, Doki Bird gonna have a run in the courtroom, bro. She gonna be the next billionaire.
Nijisanji defenders say, oh well, Nijisanji is a company with lawyers, so therefore they're perfect.
No.
Wrong.
No.
I was a corporate lawyer. I can tell you right now, corporate lawyers are not Laffy Taffy. They 100% can fuck up, and sometimes they don't know what they're talking about at all.
That's crazy.
They've sat on their laurels having to do nothing.
That's crazy.
This is the biggest thing the Nijisanji lawyers have handled ever. They probably have no scope of reference.
Of course not.
This is
what is the
Titanic.
reference?
They have no precedent.
The literal only reference they could ever draw upon would be the stuff that happened to Kiryu Koko. But even then, that's not even the same thing. This is worse than the Kiryu Koko incident, because at least everybody that was in China was on the side of Kiryu Koko. Literally everyone besides China. And everybody else, we just said, fuck China. There it is. Here, it's not just an international issue. It's also domestic, right? Like, you got people fighting each other from all over. It's not just everyone versus one nation. It's everyone versus... But it's everyone versus Nijisanji, and Nijisanji has reach everywhere, right? Well, they did, but the fan base is still everywhere. So it's still, it's like, I think this is worse than the Kiryu Koko incident, personally speaking.
Don't pretend they know what they're doing. They're all panicking just like everybody else.
Next up, can Doki Bird settle?
Right. Donald Gill says,
She could settle, but why? Doki. I would advise you, by the way, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a legal counsel, I'm not anybody. I'm just a guy that likes to talk business, okay? I'm a businessman. For good business, do not settle. And if you do settle, make sure you settle with something in the $5 million range, okay? That's the least you should take if you're gonna settle. Because you could legitimately walk away with a lot, and I mean a lot, and I mean a lot of money. But it seems like you're already good on money. Like you lost $200,000 and you laughed it off. Like, bro, if I lost $200K, I would not be laughing. I would be outside. I would be outside selling crack.
they do not want to discover. Yeah, and they would try to. And
they're gonna try and settle, most definitely.
I'm sure Doki would want to settle and get this done with. Right?
Fuck that. Drag it out. Get the money.
If it survived a motion to dismiss, I think they would just pay out. It'd be better for the corporation. It'd be smarter. If I was their corporate attorney, I'd tell them just to pay her.
My guess is what would happen is they would try to settle and have both sides issue some sort of public statement like the matter is handled. Please, leave people alone.
With an NDA,
something like that. With an NDA, so
Nijisanji's NDAs fucking suck, so
they can't talk about it.
However, there are concerns for Doki Bird.
So, regarding a recording, this was not intended to be anything other than a distribution test for a planning of a collaborative event between two people, which happened to be left over from one test recording. I never recorded any other conversations with anyone. So it wasn't even, she didn't even record it in bad faith. But regardless it doesn't matter.
Bad faith,
one party consent.
It's regardless,
Right. She has the right to do it. So, you know.
I've asked my lawyer to convey that and communication that the document as it was written wasn't going to be released anywhere. And my lawyer did so when sending the document. Okay, I've got concerns here, guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is me being really fucking honest. I have some concerns about her lawyer. Okay? Here's my concern. Reading this as a lawyer, right? He could have offered to make a summary. He could have offered to make points. He could have offered to have a version that he could have done that removed a lot of private information that would hurt Doki.
But he didn't.
He could have protected her better there, I think, as a lawyer, right? And not knowing that there's a potential for disclosure and not telling her that we can give it to the lawyers. Because look,
but the issue is, sorry to cut him off, but like the issue, I know exactly what he's trying to say. What he is trying to say is Doki's lawyer could have protected Doki by all the information she was going to send to Nijisanji. The lawyer goes over it, which they should have, and scrub out personal information. But the thing is, the lawyer probably didn't think Nijisanji would release this to everyone, because who would think that they would release it to everybody? Like somebody with a normal brain, right, would be like, why would this company purposely put people in danger by releasing their personal documents? But at the same time, this is Nijisanji, the black company. You know, hindsight is 2020. Hindsight, I wouldn't have put no personal shit in there, right? If I was Doki or the lawyer, I would have been like, you guys are getting this, that's it. And if they release that, then they look like bozos on top of bozos, right? Right now, Nijisanji got a big ass L on their head. If this was done correctly on Doki's side, they would have an XL on their head, extra large L.
Job of a lawyer, what I do as a lawyer is I disclose all of the possibilities. Okay.
And that's what you should do. That is what you should do as a lawyer.
Not have done here is, number one, told her this could be disclosed because it could.
And it did.
Right. And to lie and to pretend that it couldn't. You have to say there's a potential chance.
There is a chance, and it did.
That,
it's been disclosed to us.
Alter the information. Yeah. Summarize the information.
Whoa. Hold on, buddy. I wouldn't say alter the information. Hold on now. Hold on, legal mindset. Hold on, brother.
And beyond that, change the information, alter the information, summarize the information.
And the only one I can agree with is summarize the information, bro. Don't alter that shit, because then you altering facts.
Just a little bit better. I'm not saying that he's incompetent. I'm just saying that maybe
he fucked up. That's it. It's
maybe harsh on Doki's lawyer. That's not Doki's fault.
It's the lawyer's fault. But then again, who hired the lawyer? I'm just saying there's fault to go around all over. Doki ain't 100% innocent. I said this shit a long time ago.
Right? Lawyer of Doki.
Legal Mindset estimating that total legal bills for Doki Bird, if Nijisanji fights, could go upwards to $500,000. However, there is a way to make that significantly less expensive to Doki Bird.
This case does give a foothold. However, it's regarding an arbitration clause, not regarding an employment contract and the choice of venue in employment contract. So there's a difference between arbitration and litigation. Arbitration is a different process. It's a different procedure. So the courts could distinguish this and say, no, this is a choice of law issue. It's not involving arbitration. It's involving litigation. And where's the litigation?
You don't want litigation.
But at the same time,
you don't want litigation.
Extend this case. If they want to say, no. We're going to apply this because we're going to look at this case and we're going to look at it and say Doki Bird does not have that much money to go to Japan. She doesn't have the resources to go. She doesn't have the hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to Japan. We might find the provisions that might require her to go there as unconscionable to allow her to bring her case in Canadian court.
Okay. Is that possible? Yes. Will that happen? I have no idea.
Canadian labor law.
I have
and Doki
no
Bird
idea.
being Canadian, what potential laws in Canada has Nijisanji broken?
So what is personal information? So let's look at the scope of what personal information is and why they're screwed. Under PAPETA, personal information includes any factual or subjective information, recorded or not, about an identifiable individual. This includes, in any form, age.
What the fuck? I ain't gonna lie, this is a little much, even for like, bro, I know this is a W for Doki, but bro, that is vague as fuck, bro. That is vague as fuck.
Name.
That is bro.
Name.
Bro, and this is just when you read this thing, that means any of it. That doesn't mean all of it. So if they just say the age of somebody, boom, that can get you in trouble. If they say the income, boom, that can get you in trouble. So if you ever wanted to do something to somebody in Canada, bro, that I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of crazy, my guy. I know Canada, y'all supposed to be like a first world country or some shit. Not with laws like this. This some goddamn y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Name.
Totalitarian, some shit.
It includes name. So if they have
any of this,
her doc's name,
any of this,
that would be a violation if she did not willingly give that to them, which she
income, ethnic origin, blood type. Like a lot of this stuff is like inconsequential, in my opinion, inconsequential. Like if you were trying to build a case and you were legally not allowed to say their name, then yeah, you would say this person has a 6-figure income, right? So people know, hey, this person's rich. They don't want people to know that they're prosecuting is rich. Now they can't say that. Oh, they have a blood type of O negative. Well, you can't talk about that either. That's kind of crazy.
You probably
not gonna lie.
Of Pepeda.
That's kind of crazy.
Their Canadian ID number, their income.
That's crazy.
The amount they make, their ethnic
That's crazy.
origin.
That's crazy.
Look at this, blood type.
That's crazy.
Blood type.
Any of that,
they turned
you're
over
fucked.
to Nijisanji. Guess what they turned over? Medical records.
Yep, medical records.
They turned over her hospital information.
Yep.
Guess what that probably has on it?
Yeah, everything. Bro, it has everything, bro. It's a medical record. It literally has everything. Literally. That's the point of a medical record. It has your name, it has your age, your ID number, has your blood type, and it has your most likely has your ethnicity. Because they'd be like, what's your ethnicity? At least in America.
Oh,
it'd be like, what's your ethnicity?
So if that was disclosed,
it most likely has blood type.
Niji. You might be violating Pepeda over here.
Yeah, but Pepeda, I ain't gonna lie, Pepeda needs to be reevaluated. Because if there's any type of case where we need to actually prosecute somebody, bro, Pepeda is literally here to defend absolutely everybody. That means the mega rich, that means the mega corrupt, that means the mega wealthy, that means people who aren't good. Literally, this is to defend them as well, not just regular people. This is like defense of fucking almost everybody.
You best be careful. Opinions, evaluations, comments, social status, and disciplinary actions. So if she included information about disciplinary actions that she faced, and let's say that she faced discipline from Alira. Let's say Alira was mean to her, but Ike didn't know about that. And Ike got that information. Violation of Pepeda. Niji-L.
That's what I'm saying. No, bro, this is a legal L. This is a lawyer L. This is a be careful. Everybody, this is a don't fuck with Pepeda L. This is don't mess with this shit. The KhunShawn might have to scrap this video so he don't get sued by some motherfucking Canadians.
Employee files, credit records, loan records, medical records. Uh-oh.
Yep.
That's what she sent over.
Yep.
Existence of a dispute between a consumer and a merchant. Intentions, such as attempt to acquire goods and services. How about all the intentions to create her products, to pay her suppliers? This is all Pepeda stuff. Pepeda does not specify the minimum level of connection that a company must have with Canada in order to be subject to its provisions.
Bro, what the fuck? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, this is great. Yeah, fuck Nijisanji, sink the yacht. I agree. But brother, when I say that this shit is not good for everybody, this shit is not good. This shit is very bad. Y'all need to go look at Justin Trudeau and say, hey, what the fuck is this? Because what the fuck is this?
Let me read that again.
What the fuck?
Pepeda does not have a minimum connection.
That's crazy.
With Canada.
There's crazy.
No requirement of a minimum connection.
That's crazy.
There's no language which limits its application to business with a physical presence in Canada.
That's crazy.
Nor are its provisions explicitly limited to personal information collection, use, or distribution solely occurring within Canada.
Bro, that means they can fuck you if you're not even in Canada. Basically, that's what that said. If you're not in Canada and you do anything wrong to a Canadian, their law says they can screw you over by any means necessary. If you leak anything, if you even talk about a Canadian bad, and you bring some type of evidence, but you disclose it outside of the courtroom, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate this video because this just taught me something. This just taught me something new. Hey, y'all better all
to protect.
If you live in Canada, you better look at this shit.
Personal information in cyberspace and e-commerce.
Even cyberspace.
Got him, baby.
Got him. Yeah, they got everybody though. This is dangerous.
This is exactly what the intention of the legislation was. Therefore, this is the highlight. It is likely a foreign company operating only marginally in Canada, for example, by hosting a website available to Canadian citizens or entities, will be subject to PPADA.
Oh my God.
Gotcha.
No, got everybody.
Gotcha.
Everybody.
Turning to that question
Everybody.
of
Anybody.
which jurisdiction would this court battle take place?
You
have this.
Japan does not have the privacy law. They don't have a claim. And if a jurisdiction does not have a claim, like they don't have that cause of action, the only venue is Canada. The only venue for the privacy claim is Canada.
And as we could just see, that means it's an automatic W for fucking Doki. It's also an automatic W for anybody in Canada. Y'all might want to check that shit.
They don't have that claim in Japan. Now, Japan, Canada, and every civilized country that isn't running on sticks and rocks,
Damn.
has breach of contract.
Well, damn.
Every country that has electricity and isn't in the middle of a civil war has breach of contract.
Well, damn.
You can bring that in any country.
Well, damn.
When you're getting down to specific stuff like that, that's a cause of action that has to go.
Bro, indirect shots fired at Afghanistan. Fuck, man. Fucking, bro, Ukraine, all that shit. Yo, damn.
Canada. Now, vice versa.
Shots fired.
If you're bringing a IP infringement for moral rights under Japanese copyright law or Japanese defamation law that's unique to Japan, you'd have to bring that in Japan. That's a unique jurisdiction for that.
Yeah.
And just very quick.
So legitimately, what it sounds like if Nijisanji wants to pursue, they can fuck Doki Bird in Japan. And in return, Doki Bird can fuck them in Canada. This is going to be an interesting court case if it goes to court.
Quickly on the subject of graduations and their legality.
Does graduation notice fall under PIPA? No. I think that's something that they would mutually agree upon.
It's just a graduation.
Information you agree to release, that's not PPADA.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's something that you both agree to release because you're graduating, that's not PPADA.
And that was not all, as Legal Mindset also looked over.
It's the dummy. Everybody look. Look, it's the dummy. Yo!
The comments recently made by Daff.
Let's check it out.
39 Daff, a very good friend of the now graduated member from the
07 to my boy.
Kaneko. Legal Mindset saying of these comments by Daff.
And these are all of these posts from
Yo, she could get sued.
Daff, right? And there's so many of them.
Yo, she could get
the ones
sued.
I want to get to here are her legal comments. Right? Because there's some legal comments in here that are just so wrong that I cannot not refute them because they're so bad, it's ridiculous.
Damn.
She talks about, she's talking about the 3 people volunteered, said they disagree with comments, assume each person got different documents.
Shit.
Well, no, Vox said he reviewed everything. So he got...
Yo, this shit's about to get crazy.
Most of the
this shit's about to get crazy.
Like. She goes, the tweets Niji said,
ain't no way.
If you want to sue for harassment, you already built a case and have documented proof of this exact harassment from specific people. Not true.
I told her that.
I told her
that last night. Hey, go check the video. I said that shit last night. I literally broke down almost every single thing she said. And she literally said the same dumb shit multiple times and rearranged it multiple times and just kept saying it. And every time she get called out on some dumb shit, you know what she says? She says, I don't know. You about to get your ass sued. Fuck that.
If you are suing for harassment, you can get discovery. In lawsuits, there's something called discovery. Discovery is when you subpoena, when you deposition, when you request information, you get emails, you get text messages, you get all that goodies, all those good DMs. By the way,
DMs count?
Discord can probably be a record as well.
Yeah, it's true. Well, that's yeah, that's obvious. Okay, the Discord records, like, yeah, that's obvious. DMs, that's crazy though, because for a DM, you would have to request the DM to be sent over. Cops do it all the time, so it's like nothing's crazy, right? Whenever police want to get your text messages, they have to literally go to AT&T or whoever your provider is and just ask for the documents. And they're going to give them to the police. But they're going to say, oh, no, we want to defend our... They don't give a fuck. They're, okay, here you go. Boom. There it is. Discord would do the same thing. Hey, Discord, we need these private messages. Boom. Everything's tracked and logged online. I don't get why everybody acts like Discord and all this other shit is safe. It's really not. All you need is somebody with some type of government officiality. Also, they don't even really have to be government officials. You just got to ask and probably give some money. And there it is. You don't even got to be official. 1090 Jake, anytime he wanted, shout out to 1090 Jake, anytime he wanted to get anybody's court cases, anything that they said, blase, he literally goes to a website that has all that shit and then just pays like a couple $20, $40, $50. And then he has all that information, boom. And then he just reports it, boom. Anybody can do it. Literally, anybody can do it.
And that's the one thing I would warn you guys, is that increasingly social media, other stuff is becoming used in court.
Yes, 100%.
The standards are becoming more and more open towards the entry of social media.
Of course.
So just understand that. Be very, very careful, particularly if it's a public. This part here is such a dumb take. You have to build a case already. Wrong, dumb, wrong.
I called her dumb multiple times.
Am I wrong for assuming if you sue for harassment, you need to name them for the case and have the burden of proof to support said case? Okay, so the plaintiff does have a burden of proof, and yes, he would have to use the real name. That's true. However, you could sue the company. You don't have to sue the individual VTubers. So it is possible.
The companies own the VTubers' rights. Literally. They literally own them. Why the fuck would you need to sue individual VTubers when you could just sue the company? And this is why it made no sense for Japan to have fucking Vox, Ike, and Alira go on stage to talk about they reviewed this, they reviewed that. Literally, like, yeah, could you sue Vox Akuma for him saying that shit? Sure. But why would you sue him? Why wouldn't you sue the company? Even if you wanted to say, I want to make a lot of money, who has more money, Vox Akuma or the billion-dollar company? People don't think. They just do shit. That's crazy.
It is possible to sue Nijisanji without exposing the
VTubers.
VTubers.
You don't need
possible, but it would probably come up eventually.
Yeah, eventually. If they drag it out. If Nijisanji wants to say no, eventually, yes, you would have to bring up the video that was made. And even if they wanted to delete the video, there's reactions to it. Like mine. That'd be crazy if I get pulled up in a court case. I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna react to it live. I'm gonna be like, yo, that's me.
It would come up eventually, right? And you could always focus on who did the harassment and just not dox everybody. If they didn't harass you or they weren't subject to that, you could just leave them out. You could leave their identity.
But the thing is, Nijisanji is willing to throw people under the bus. We've already seen it. So they're probably gonna bring Vox, Ike, and Alira. You guys, you three will most likely be sacrificed if so need be. You guys will not be safe. I don't know what I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I worked at that fucking company, me speaking for me myself, if I worked at that company and they said, hey, we want you to talk about this court case, what our firing, we need you to talk about it. Here's the script and just read it. I would say no. And if they say you'll be terminated, I say I graduate, bitch. I quit. Ain't no way you wrapping me up in no legal shit. Because I can think for my fucking self. Ain't no way I'm going to be a fucking puppet. Ain't no way.
Anonymous, right? They could be anonymous.
Ain't no motherfucking way I'm going to be a puppet.
Fine. If
you become a puppet, you're going to get fucked. Remember that.
They're not involved in the harassment. And the implications that Niji isn't lying is really bad. The three talents came out in a video addressing the claims. The person suing, there's nobody suing.
Nobody's suing anybody right now. That we know of.
There's no lawsuit.
That we know of.
Guys, there's no lawsuit.
That we know of.
39 IQ take right there.
39 IQ take is crazy.
The person suing. Nobody is suing. That's wrong, right? People just seem to be taking over everything that's said face value for the person suing and not considering anything Niji says. No, we actually
are considering what Nijisanji are saying. We're saying what they're saying is fucking dumb. And then you trying to defend them is also dumb. So we also call you dumb. That is how it works. Dummies protect dummies and get called dumb by people that are smart. Yes.
No, actually, that's not true. I'm considering what Vox said was true. I'm considering that what Vox said was 100% true.
I wouldn't, because that will make it even dirtier if you consider what he said was true. I consider whatever Vox, Alira, and Ike said was by force, and they had to read it, or else they would have been terminated from their careers. I would 100% want to have good faith in them, because I just don't want to have bad faith in them. But if it turns out that they decided to do this, they literally opened themselves up to be sued, deplatformed, and a whole bunch of other shit.
Reviewed all the articles. I actually believe that he did that. Does it make no sense that Niji wouldn't be allowed to show documents to their talents when it is definitely implied individuals when the company would be named? Yes. In America, if something was deemed between lawyers, ethical
you do not bring in other people.
Would be to keep it between lawyers as like an attorney-client work product, right? Or if there's a confidentiality agreement.
39 IQ out here.
Out of the hands of the
39 IQ out here.
Awesome. I think it'll be dropped because I think the case is strong enough to warrant this much pushback from.
She's dumb. Who cares what she thinks?
That's actually a sign the case is strong. If there's pushback, it's a strong case. If they don't push back,
then it's easy. Yeah.
Further legal mindset will discuss why Daph needs to be very careful with what she says.
Now Niji has proof of what.
And you know what's crazy? I could also get fucked for calling her out. The thing is, I don't live in America, so you're gonna have to try and find me if you want to do some shit.
Was harassment.
You gotta find your boy.
No,
and I be
shared because
moving.
Didn't think the individual
That's why I move all the time.
That
boom, boom, boom.
She made each person a unique doc documenting said harassment. She doesn't know that. That's speculative.
It is speculation.
He knows nothing about what was made.
That is speculation. How the fuck would you know? Nobody knows. Literally. Unless she's in on it.
Nijisanji is leaking the 39 DAF, which, by the way, could be a violation.
Look, brother, I would rather believe 39 DAF is just dumb than say that Nijisanji is leaking them. Legal mindset, bro, you are crazy as fuck to say that shit out loud. Bro, you are absolutely insane to say that shit out loud. Holy shit. Legal mindset is going to open himself up to get sued, bro.
Yes, Nijisanji is leaking the 39 DAF.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Could be a violation in and of itself.
That's crazy.
A violation, particularly of Canadian privacy law.
That's crazy.
So I don't know where 39 DAF is, but wherever she's at, I hope it's not Canada. Doki is suing Nijisanji and individuals within Nijisanji.
No,
she's not.
No,
there's no suit on. And had documents detailing proof of harassment. There's nothing.
Bro, now it's slander.
A threat of a lawsuit.
Now it's slander.
She's Canadian.
She's Canadian. Oh, bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Well,
wait, she moved to LA?
Okay. I know the Canadian LA type.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, she's dumb, she's rich, and she's famous. Oh, you're not special, bitch. You're not special. I've been to LA too. Y'all ain't special. I got homies in LA. You not special. You think you special because you live in LA? You not. You just another normal wannabe person. You just a wannabe. That's it. You're just a wannabe.
Yeah, that's a big L. That's a big L for her talking about this.
It is.
Right. And if she's got these documents, which now it seems to me like, what do you know? What do you know? What
and look, and now the lawyer is saying, what do you know? That means Daph could be called up into court. If it goes to court, if it goes deep enough, if they call on Vox Akuma, Illyra, and Ike, if so need be, these receipts by 39 Daph will be brung up in court. And if these receipts are damning enough, 39 Daph will have to speak in court. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of hoops you gotta jump through for her to get her ass up there. But if need be, they could call her up there, because this shit that I'm reading, the shit the lawyers are reading, this shit is slanderous. And at worst, at worst, we just ignore this. But even then, if Doki really wanted to, she could just go ahead and go ahead and get some paperwork on you just for this, because y'all both are Canadian. She could literally screw you right now because you are technically trying to defame her. Technically speaking, because you have 400,000 followers. Everything you say is multiplied. Okay, there's a difference. Like, yeah, we want to say, oh, I'm just a human being, blah blah blah. If you have social status, what you say is amplified. Point blank, period. It is. Like, you can't even say, no, it's not. Literally, we see that all the time. Anytime some famous person says, go attack this person, what happens? Their fans go attack that person. So it's not, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit is crazy. I'm glad I got into VTubing, man. This is good.
This is
dope. This is so
good.
Me
trying to translate from 39 IQ to English. She says right here, me being friends with Niji Livers means
why would you say that, bro? Why would you say that? Like, bro, I saw that last night. I was like, okay, cool. You friends with Niji Livers. What the fuck? But like, bro, you just admitted that you are friends with Nijisanji Livers. You are purposely admitting that you might have some type of stake in this game.
In the court of law. It might, Daph. It might if they leaked information. You look at this quote from her. Let me see it right here, guys. Being friends with Niji Livers means jack shit in a court of law. It might if they passed you information. If you are being an agent for Nijisanji to break confidentiality, it might.
And the only way to prove that you're not is if you go and you get put in the courtroom. So congratulations, you played yourself.
To disseminate private information, it might. I would be very careful. Now, I'm not saying whether she's done that yet or not, but I think that she's implying a lot.
And yeah, exactly. She's implying a lot of shit. So if you're implying a lot of stuff and you've admitted that you're friends with the people on Nijisanji and all of your statements that we can see are negative towards Doki Bird, right? And we've seen that Nijisanji is willingly throwing people into the bus. You're literally opening yourself up to get fucked because Nijisanji, if they're running out of things, they're going to look at you, 39 Daff. They're going to look at you because you're on their side, right? Everybody that's on Nijisanji's side, be aware that you will be used and thrown away if so need be. If so need be, they will use you and throw you away. If you are a Nijisanji stan, they will fuck you. If you are a reactor, if you put a video out, if you're like, I support Nijisanji, if you do that Twitter shit they did earlier, like support Nijisanji, you guys can be used as evidence because they're public records. They're public. You didn't do this shit with like behind closed doors. You publicly posted online your support for Nijisanji. That means your stuff could be you. Could. I'm not saying will it. Like the chances of it being used are fucking slim to none. But it's still a possibility. You feel me? It's still possible.
Here, I hope she does not put out further information.
This is crazy.
Be careful about what she says.
This is crazy.
Here in the future.
Once again, those being comments from Daff at 39 Daff with over 400,000 followers on Twitter, 600,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 1.2 million followers on Twitch.tv.
You are fucking yourself.
Very good friend of Kyo Kaneko, even before he had joined Nijisanji.
And the crazy part is, now my boy might have to get wrapped up into this shit. Because if he's going to defend you, 39 Daff, now Kel got to be thrown in this shit. I ain't going to lie, Kel, if I was you, I'd cut my losses, be like, fuck it, me and Daff were cool, we ain't cool no more. There it is.
English, Kel yesterday graduating from that agency. His Streamlabs being taken down, and yet Selene Tatsuki's still being available.
Wow.
Expected to close out at the end of this month. Wow. As next we turn to Matara Khan of VShojo.
Hey, man. Hey, all right. I need to take a break, man. This shit just got heated, bro. It's 10 a.m. I'll see y'all later. Stream going up in a little bit. Bye-bye.